Hello, cannedcream here, CC for short, and today I would like to talk to you about Derpy hooves. Or, to be exact, just why is Derpy so popular? MLP is a cartoon with a sprawling cast of characters. Its cast of 6 protagonists, or 7 if you count Spike, is a rare occurrence, especially for a cartoon originally aimed at such a young audience. The rule of thumb usually remains the same: keep the main cast narrowed at around 2 or 3 characters so as not to confuse a young viewer, though these numbers can increase for superhero teams. When it comes to this rule of convention, MLP likes to throw this, along with many others, right out the window. With such a huge cast of main, secondary, and recurring characters, Derpy Hooves is one in particular who has managed to rise above the rest, making a massive impact on the community. So how is it that a character that has largely remained as a background Easter egg, gaining the limelight only in a single opening scene in an episode which provided just the smallest hint of character development, reached this level of stardom, especially when we have so many others and better canonically developed characters to pick from? Well, personally, I think the answer comes down to 2 separate yet also interconnected factors. The first being her eyes, and the second being that exact lack of defining character. By now, we all know the story of how Derpy came to be. A layout change in Twilight's party scene in Friendship is Magic Part 1 uncovered the wall-eyed Pegasus. Amused by her expression, supervising director Jason Thiessen decided to leave her in, where she was quickly picked up by sharp-eyed fans on 4chan. So it was her unique eyes that called attention to her. But how has this led to her massive admiration among the bronies? The obvious answer is it makes her unique, but it goes deeper than that. Every pony is unique. They each sport their own differently colored manes, fur, body designs, and all have their unique cutie marks. Well, for the most part. Derpy, with her gray body and blonde hair, doesn't exactly pop off screen without her wall eyes. And that is what makes her uniquely unique. See, even with their differences, the vast majority of Equestria's populations match up. They are, for all purposes, normal. Sure, they have their quirks that make them more realistic as characters. Applejack is hard-headed, Twilight worries too much, Angel Bunny's bipolar as shit. But these aren't exactly traits you'd ever see just by looking at them. Each could walk down the street and never get a second look. Derpy never can. She will always be defined first and foremost by her eyes. This is what other ponies see the most. This is what draws fans to her. Derpy is the living representation of those flaws about ourselves that we can never fix. Those bits and pieces that make us, us, even if we don't like them. Derpy is, in social terms, a deviant, what is classified as the other. We like her because we relate to her. In real life, we each fight a daily battle to be accepted into a specific group of our peers, to belong. We want to fit in, but inside we still want to be special. This is why the character of the outcast is so popular in fiction. He or she is the manifestation of our own secret desire to live as exactly who we are, to have a comfortable life without a care of what we are thought of. Action heroes are superheroes, they're all social deviants. They do not fit within normal society, yet they do amazing things. They lead enchanted lives. This is what we see in Derpy Hooves. She is an outsider we can sympathize with. A character that represents all the times we did not feel like we fit into the crowd, who still lives an amazing existence. She is who we want to be, so we want her to succeed. If she wins, we win. Yeah, look at me, putting that big anthropology degree to good use. The other factor in her popularity can be credited to, as I mentioned before, her lack of characterization. As Lauren Faust herself remarked on Derpy, she was left a blank slate for the fans. And when it comes to movies and television, there is nothing greater to present to the audience than a blank slate. They are the character that we can put ourselves in the shoes of. Since Derpy has so little canonical personality, we are able to project our own personal image into her. This is why she has been presented as everything from a hopeless ditz with a simple but honest enthusiasm from life, to an intelligent but naive mare that means well but is very aware of her shortcomings. As a character, Derpy has just enough groundwork to get an artist started, but leaves all of the wiggle room one could hope for to make her fit within the world they are creating. When building any piece of fiction that is meant to fit within the canon universe, or at least act within its established rules, Twilight will always have to be Twilight. Rainbow must be Rainbow, Celestia must be Celestia. But ponies like Derpy, they can be anything and everything the creator can dream. They are the blank slate, that unique individual which we can represent ourselves, our ideals, and our dreams. We love Derpy because we are Derpy, and she will always be exactly who we want to be. Thank you very much for watching, subscribe to see more, and as always,
stay derpy, my friends.